Welcome back, traders. Today we are talking about the FOMC meeting that is happening today. The Fed is expected to raise rates by 0.25% to the 5.25 to 5.5 range. So there is a 98.9% chance that the Fed is going to raise rates by 0.25% today. The effects that will have on the market are not entirely certain because we've expected this movement. It's mostly priced in. We're not expecting to see a huge move based off of this news specifically today. The big move is going to come off of what Jerome Powell says in the press release later on afterwards. So 11 a.m. Pacific time we're looking at, 2 p.m. for the East Coast to get this news drop and to start hearing what the Fed has to say. If he is more hawkish, we should see some downward movement in our portfolios, and if he is dovish, we should probably see some upward movement in it. My expectations are that he's probably going to continue to say that we're not out of the woods yet. The Fed is data dependent, and the Fed will act according to the data that it receives. Which is basically the exact same thing he's been saying for the last year or so now. People will nitpick and decipher every single word he says and decides whether or not that's hawkish or dovish. But the expectation is that the Fed's probably just going to hold the line that they've been holding and continue on as they have. So today, 0.25% increase in rates. Um, So that'll be an interesting day. Every time JPOW comes out, there's a huge run up, then a huge drop off, then a huge run up afterwards, or drop off, depending on how people interpreted his words. So I'm mostly staying out today. It's a little too volatile for my liking. And then as we go forward with the meetings, there's no expectation really of a change in September. We're still going to hold that 525 to 55. There's a 20% chance of increasing. And then in November, same sort of thing, 35% chance of increasing, 60% chance of it staying the same. And then by December, nothing really looks any different at all in terms of expectations. The other thing is for Marathon Digital, tomorrow is their annual shareholder meeting. And if we look at documents on their webpage, in that meeting, there's going to be a vote to increase shares from 200 million to 500 million. What that means is share dilution. This is going to more than double the amount of shares currently in circulation. So they're 200 million. They're voting to increase to 500 million, which would probably slash the price of Marathon Digital, Mara stock, in half or more in a single vote. So let's see what happens here. That's going to be very important. You may want to think about your positions today based on that news. Let's look at charts. There we go. All right. Currently, this morning, we're going up a little bit. We're bouncing off of the Fibonacci level here, the 236 level. Been a bit of a heating pattern here in this chart as well as others, where we see just this upward channel followed by a drop, and then another upward channel, another drop, another upward channel, another drop. And I'll just leave that there and see if it breaks that channel for a drop. And we're seeing about the same sort of thing with Bit Digital. This is a bit of a bigger one here. Channel with a drop, channel with a drop, channel with a drop. If we clone that, probably going to see a similar move right there. So if we move in here, see a little breakout beneath this somewhere, probably going to see a drop. Probably down into this region right here. Get a rectangle. Somewhere in here between the 3.8, 3.20 range, following this much larger downward trend that we've been following. Bitcoin is currently sitting in the same sort of indecisive move. We've got just a doji with wicks on both sides. It looks like Bitcoin is currently waiting for the FOMC news to make any moves, if it makes any moves after that at all. We'll see. Currently it's looking under 30,000, which is a bit bearish. We'll probably test this 0.382 level again, possibly go back up to the 236. If it does that, I'm going to be a little more bullish on it, even though that is still below 30,000. I really want to see it break back above 30,000. That's the really important level for it to get back above, to revisit these highs and perhaps get above this most traded area here for the last several weeks. Anyways, that is the update for the FOMC meeting today. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a profitable day.